Hi everyone, Paul Akers, host of The American Innovator. You know, the innovative spirit is alive and well, and everywhere I travel around the world, I bring back ideas and creativity to share with my audience to continuously improve and change the way we live. Welcome to The American Innovator. Hi everyone, Paul Akers with The American Innovator. You know, this week it's going to be a very short show, but sometimes the shortest shows and the pithiest shows are the best ones. So here's what happened. I'm walking through the shop in the morning. I'm pretty pumped up, making some cool improvements. Turn over to Ansel, who's an intern here from Western Washington University, and I say, Ansel, how's it going? And he goes, good. And I said, why? He goes, because I made a cool improvement. And I said, well, what'd you do? And he goes, well, you know, I was having this problem with people taking the utility knives, and I found this little bungee cord thing, and I put the utility knife on the bungee cord, and then when Paul Singh went up to grab it, he grabbed it, and it went right back into place. I go, wow, I made a contribution. I made a difference. And he said, I just get off on making improvements. Now, Ansel's only been here for like 6 weeks. He hasn't even been here that long. And he's like totally racking his brain with how to make improvements every day. And I go, that is so cool. So here's what happened. So I said, Ansel, I would like to record you saying that because I think it's really powerful. Because when I speak in front of people, people are just kind of like slack-jawed. They can't believe that I've got 56 people making improvements every day. They just can't get their head around that. They got to feel like it's got to be really complicated. It's got to be graphs and boards and flow charts and value stream mapping and oh my gosh, and all the other stuff that people put into this and make it so complicated. And it really is not. And so I said, is there any way that I could just kind of record you doing? They go, sure. So he's sitting down at the lunch table. I grab my camera. I say, Ansel, so what happened? So you're going to watch that right now. And then when you hear Ansel's response, he blew me away because then he showed me another improvement that he made that I wasn't even aware of. So you're going to hear about 2 improvements that Ansel made, and he just started here, and he's always thinking about it. People go, how do you get people to do that? Our culture's so strong, everybody just thinks this way. And then when I'm getting ready to make this show, put the show together, I mention it to Graham on this cool little quick interview I did with Ansel, and Graham goes, oh yeah, I got a great story too. So then right after Ansel finishes, we're going to go right into Graham's little story on what people think or what his impression is of this whole thing as well. And Graham's is really good as well. Because at FastCap, we don't do a lot of graphs and charts. Ansel's going to show you really the one graph we have in our whole company, and it's basically our dashboard that gives us the pulse of our company. And Ansel made an improvement to it recently, so he's going to show that one. But we don't make this thing complicated. It is so simple. We have a dashboard that tells us a department status at any moment in the company. So our goal is to get all of our orders out from 2 hours from the time we get the order to the time we manufacture it, package it, and put it in the truck. 2 hours. That's pretty lofty. And we are kicking it. We're doing that all day long. So we measure every department to make sure they're in that 2-hour window. They're not behind more than 2 hours. And if they are, then we instantly go to that department, apply resources, labor, whatever it takes, improve processes, buy new machinery. I don't care what it is, but we make sure every department is within 2 hours from fax to truck. That's all we measure. So we have a snapshot at any time in our company what's going on. Now the cool thing about this is what Ansel says. It is thrilling. Here's Ansel's interview, and I think you're going to enjoy it as well as a little takeout from Graham at the end. So Ansel, when I walked by, I said, what do you like best about working at FastCap?
And I was thinking about it, and hands down it has to be making improvements throughout the company. When you are making improvements, you're thinking outside the box. You're using your creative mindset to solve a problem and make that problem have a solution. And when you have this solution that affects other people, that is one of the most thrilling feelings because you see your contribution to your work contributing to other people's lives. You're making theirs simpler.
So tell me about this example you gave me.
So, well, actually I have an example right here.
Show me.
Yeah. So here's our dashboard every day. And this is what we have to come back to. And there was this is what we look at every morning meeting. And a lot of times people forget to go back to this dashboard. This is what we would like to end our morning meeting at. And so what I did, this is what we're going over throughout the meeting, all of the visual measurements throughout the company. And this is the pulse of the company. And what I did is I created it green. Green means is what you go to. That's what you go to is your green. So this is what you manually have to change every time. And then what I did is I synced it up with a tab and made that green, the same color.
Oh my gosh, I didn't notice that. That is too cool. So you've got a green tab there, so you know exactly immediately that the green tab is for the pulse. So click on the pulse, and let's see what happens.
So you have to remember, you go to the green, so we always go to the pulse.
Wow.
That's what we end our morning meeting on, and that is a tangible effect I have on this company that I feel is just motivating for me to make more improvements.
So your favorite thing is making improvements. That is really an incredible concept, because most people would come to work and say, I'm going to just work, but you come to work thinking, how am I going to improve?
How am I going to improve? Whatever I'm doing, it's a little mission of mine. Whatever monotonous little tasks I may be doing, it becomes unmonotonous by thinking, how can I improve this?
That was profound. And how long have you worked here?
Almost a month and a half.
So a month and a half, and you're already thinking this way. Work becomes unmonotonous because you're always thinking about how I can improve everything.
That is correct, yes.
You rock. I'm going to put you on the spot here. Okay. So why should I trust you to make improvements? Because everybody's watching this video going, well, I can't trust my people to make these improvements.
Because we always check with whoever, with our master, with whoever is looking over our shoulder first.
So did you check with someone before you made the improvement to the computer program?
I did, with John. I asked, is this acceptable? Can I make this check? Or can I make this improvement? I think this is how I think it'll improve, and this is what waste will be involved that we will eliminate. And by eliminating that waste, by checking with somebody above me, I was able to go ahead, get the okay, and get everyone on board with my improvement.
JT.
It's a collaborative effort. We work together. We collaborate for the customer.
So we're up here in graphics with Graham, and I was telling him how excited I was about the Ansel interview. And Graham, you said...
I said my favorite part about when we do a tour is we get some manager guy that comes in and he sees everything we do, and of course all their jaws are on the floor, and this one guy says, so how do you guys do your graphs? How do you do your matrices and these things and track all this? And we just laugh. I mean, if we told this guy the truth, he'd be wetting himself.
And the truth is?
And the truth is, none of that matters. You're making it way too complicated. You got to keep it simple. Kindergarten.
And my 2-second improvement today.
And we just improve everybody all day long.
That's right. That's right.
So wasn't that amazing? I mean, look at these guys. Graham's been with us forever. He's like one of our kingpins in terms of improvements. He makes tons of them all the time. And Ansel's been here for 6 weeks, and look at the improvements he's making. This is what building a culture of continuous improvement is about. It is exciting, it's fun, and it's easy. Don't overcomplicate it. We'll see you next week on The American Innovator. Remember, life's an adventure. Be a part of the solution. Go out, learn, improve, change, think outside the box. We can change the way the world thinks. Be an innovator. I really got to stop getting myself in these situations. That's a leopard, and that's an elephant. Yes, and this is a cheetah.
Like, oh, I saw
Here,
that.
kitty, 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 kitty.
Cute. He wants to play.
Uh-oh.